Good evening, heroes and heroines, and welcome to Practising Programming in C. Let's get on with it, I suppose. Yesterday I was trying to sort out this thing with producing an index file of files. Hello, Smart Show. Welcome to the stream. Did you manage to sort out your Arch booting issue? That's the main question. Yesterday we were doing trying to make an index file of HMML files in a directory, and the way I was trying to tackle it was by stuffing all of the file names into an array. And I've decided against doing that because I don't think I actually need to do that. I don't need to treat them all as a set, basically. I only need to pass them through the pipeline, like, one at a time. Not yet, it seems it's mystery to everybody. Oh no, okay. Yeah, so I only need to pass it through one file at a time. So kind of what that means is that I have a for loop here. Where is this for loop? Yeah, it's this here. So currently this for loop is looping over all of the arguments that we pass to the file. That we pass to the binary. But I want this for loop to act on different stuff. It's not necessarily going to be the files that we pass on the command line. It could be the files that we actually find in a directory. And I think this has been a long time coming, but I think now is the time to actually pull all this stuff out into a function. I'm thinking a function called HMMLToBuffers. Right, so the way I'd call it would be like this. I'd pass it like the address of correlation buffers or something. So this is going to be a group of buffers because it outputs the stuff into separate buffers before later actually collating them and putting them into master and then writing out. And I do want to preserve the separation. So I think I'd call it with collation buffers and with file name, basically. I think that's correct. Yeah, and then this guy, this function in here, will actually pass that file. So I think that's what I want to basically do. Which basically means file in file. Yeah, it essentially means we need a struct first of all for the collation buffers, and then I believe from here, let's just make a note here. Right, this is going to be the start of HMMLToBuffers. All the way down to here. Yeah, I think it is just literally all of this lot. End of HMMLToBuffers. So it will come down to here because it will free the dude. it will call this HML3 function, but it shouldn't do any of the collation. So where does the collation happen? Buffer collation, right. So this part of it needs to actually be pulled out. Separate this bit. Or rather, let's mention the name. Don't include this in HMMLToBuffers. Just so I've got this HMMLToBuffers that I can actually kind of search for. From the normal collection to master. Right. Where does that take us to? So this is the other branch of that. Okay. So yeah, it's basically this branch here, or rather this whole scope basically. We want to not include this. What did I previously call it? Oh, hang on. HMMLToBuffers. Don't include this in HMMLToBuffers. Just start to include this stuff in here, I suppose. I think that's reasonable. Cleanup. Does anybody actually go to cleanup? Yeah, they do. Entry annotations loop. Missing member in the video node skipping. This should be fine anyway, because I would be pulling all this stuff up. So we need to actually figure out which buffers are being used in the new function. So definitely master will be coming out of that. Okay. So before I do anything, I'm going to just do a commit here. I mean, I haven't really done much, so I could actually roll back to before yesterday's work. But I think I'm going to, I think I will commit. Because this is going to be quite a big change. I suppose begin refactor. Is that the traditional way to call it? I'm not even sure if I'm actually refactoring here necessarily. I mean, I'm literally just making one function. So I don't know if that counts as refactoring, then I suppose that's what I'm doing. But let's start off with, let's give ourselves a struct. And this is going to contain the well, it's going to be kind of these, isn't it? It includes the menus, the player, the scripts. Yeah, I think it's going to be How do I do these now? And also the title. Okay, so that seems to be correct. I suppose let's just actually call this the correlation buffers. Or, well, yeah. I think this is going to be correct. So a buffer contains a location pointer, ID and size. The reason for doing this is just so that that guy can actually return all the stuff. Right, and then we were saying it would take the correlation buffers and the file name. So we'd be taking a pointer to those guys. Sorry, it's a buffer. Ah, actually, that's a point. Would it make sense for us to pass the buffers to that? Yes, it would, wouldn't it? And then this should be actually a void function because it operates on the actual buffers themselves. I think that would be correct. So let's just double check where we actually write out the stuff to. Buffer. So this guy sets up an output buffer, which is kind of interesting. Copy buffer includes. Right, yeah, so it's all these. So wherever I see a copy buffer, these are the guys that I want to be aware of. Credits menu into menu, right? So one includes. Well, where is it? Yeah, right, so we've got includes, menus, player, scripts. So these are the normal ones. Wonder where the title script is. How big's my monitor? My monitor is 24 inches, I believe. And it's got a resolution of like 2560 times 1400. Gosh, how would I find? Oh, actually, no, I don't think I've got the. I don't think I've got a command for it yet. No. 25 inches is what the monitor is. There's a good place to link this. I suppose I could just link this actual page. There we go. Why do you ask? Does it seem like it's does it seem like I'm looking in like crazy directions? Ah, interesting. Well, I actually use an even smaller font than this usually. Like usually I'm on this. Like this is like a nice size for me. But I actually kind of crank up the font size for the stream. Yeah, interesting. The title doesn't appear anywhere. Because I definitely do have a title buffer. Ah, that's why. He just straight up writes the title out. So, browser, typing down there, Google search. Yeah, it's Qt browser. That's the browser. Actually, let me just give you the info here. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, it does like DuckDuckGo search. Like if I search for something, it'll search it on DuckDuckGo, and because it's like DuckDuckGo, you can also like do the bang syntax. So if you do exclamation point W and then something, it searches on Wikipedia, for example. And also these are like obviously my bookmarks and history. And then my currently open tabs are in, it can show those as well. And obviously you can like navigate with the keyboard as well. So you want to search for, you want us to go to like the pronouns thing, you press F, and you can press like 025 if you want. But if you'd rather like try and go there by typing the actual word, you can press F and then start to write pronouns. So it's like P-R-O-N, and then when there's no more, it just goes to that thing. Or you can like, as it narrows them down, you can then use the numbers if you want. Yeah, but I really like the browser. Had a bit of an issue with it using a bunch of RAM. Yeah, it is cool. Like my previous system had only 4 gigs of RAM, and I'm currently using like 3.3 here. Only 12 tabs open, but as you open up more tabs in Qt browser, you do end up using a bunch of RAM. So if you're a bit short on RAM, you need to be a bit aware of that. I mean, I previously used Firefox with the Vimperator plugin. But I don't know how well this is maintained anymore. I think there was like some issue with like some Firefox update kind of broke it, I think. And then I just decided to move away from it basically. So it's very similar. It offers similar stuff. I mean, there are things that are missing, but like, I'd say it's worth trying out. Try it out and see what you think, basically. So, where did it go? Well, I really like the bank syntax. Really, that's a big selling point for me. Like say for example, I use them all the time. So say I want to search on Steam, I just do bang Steam and then search for like The Witness. So and it searches directly on Steam. Because the alternative would be you search for The Witness. I suppose like maybe Witness game you go for, and you need to like find the thing, and then you like see that the Steam one isn't there, so then you like search for Steam, and then you get it. But instead of going through that whole process, you can just search directly on Steam, for example, or same with PlayStation Network. Oh, these were Tor brother. Right, yeah. I mean, also for the privacy aspect as well. Although I mean, I'm not sure if that's changing. I think aren't Apple due to like buy DuckDuckGo out or something? I mean, that was one of the reasons that I first of all used it, was for the like the no tracking basically, or no bubbling. Yeah, so I mean they still have this kind of stuff up. Oh, it's actually tips. Okay. Share personal. Yeah, so I guess like that is still in effect, it seems. Information not collected. There is another thing though. I think it's called bubbling. Could be completely wrong about that. Yeah, it's always mentioned here. But I mean, the bubbling thing is basically like, it's basically a search engine feature that only gives you results that kind of match previous results you've looked for. So you kind of put into this bubble of stuff. So as a really simple example of that, if you like always navigate to, I don't know if you're familiar with the UK newspaper, the Daily Mail, but if you always go to their website, they tend to cover things in like a right wing sort of a political bent. If you always go to their website, then that kind of influences the search results that you get. Like you would tend to get, say like you search for coverage of some event, you would tend to get like the right wing versions of it, or similarly, like if you were always to go on like the Guardian's website, for example, who cover it like more of a left wing version, you would end up with more of the left wing coverage, even though you've searched for like a neutral topic. And I believe that's something Google does, but DuckDuckGo specifically doesn't. Filter bubble. So some person when it works certificate. Right, yeah, it is actually this. This is the thing. Yeah, so if you want to avoid this sort of thing, I mean, they do mention here Twitter and Facebook. So, like, I mean, I do use Twitter, and sort of I only follow the people I want to follow. So in a way, I suppose I do sort of have a bit of a bubble going on there, in that I only really pay attention to people that I actually want to pay attention to. But this is the general principle in the search engine thing. Not sure if .go we mentioned. Ah, here we go. Search engines claim to avoid the filter bubble .go. Yeah, so that's basically another reason for doing it as well. Never heard of these guys. It's Quick and Metager and Startpage. But yeah, it's basically those reasons. It's the filter bubble and the bang syntax. Like the bangs are just so handy. Yeah, they're just really great. At least I think they are. So yeah, it seems like I don't have a title buffer. Seems that I literally just use the title directly. But I suppose you're welcome, very welcome. I suppose I could have a template buffer, or at least like a template. Sorry, a title buffer, or I could have a title string that's in that collation struct, because I will need to expose that information. So rather than this being a buffer, I could just say it's a car star. And let's call it collation buffers. Well, yeah, let's just stick with buffers for now. I think that would be fair. So, yeah. If I then go up to main, where I do my buffers, so there's a buffer template up here. Buffer errors. Where do I first of all set up all the buffers? Oh, it's after here, is it? Okay. Right, okay, so buffer memory arena. It's going to be after there, isn't it? Yeah. So I need that file back up. So it includes menus. player and script. Are they all done here? Yeah, they are done in here. So basically, I think our guy, our new function, I think they need to initialize these buffers. I think. When you use player script, includes, right, yeah, includes. So yeah, our guy needs to do these, and the filter state. So that's going to happen inside this function here. I think that would be reasonable. And they claim it as well. So really, we want to be claiming these guys. We want to be claiming these and passing them through to the function. I think that sounds right. Because the reason that we need to do them is that we need to do stuff with it. We need to do stuff with our contents after our function has finished doing its stuff. Pretty sure that's correct. Right, yeah, so I am actually doing this, aren't I? Because I've done the commit and I'm ready to go, right? So, yeah. Master includes and buffers menus. We're happy for that to happen outside. Play happens outside. Script happens outside. And then we also pass. Mind you, actually. Why do we claim master so soon? Actually, we claim master up here, don't we? Maybe that's fine. Right, start of HMMLToBuffers there. So we were talking about well, actually, let's say that we just pull everything out into that function. Do not include this in HMMLToBuffers, right? Okay. End of HMMLToBuffers. Oh, that can stay. So don't include this in HMMLToBuffers. start to include this stuff in HMMLToBuffers. Okay. So this stuff is the output, really. So I suppose I could kind of just shove this into a function. I think that would be fine. Ah, hang on a second. Well, hold on. Free memory arena. Sure, I'm missing something here. I wonder if it'd be more sensible. Yeah, rather than doing this out here, actually, I am actually going to put this here. Oops. Oh yeah, that is right. So file in file. Oh, I haven't set the buffers up, have I? Yeah, buffers. Right, let's just try and do that first. So we're in main. So these guys claim these buffers. Could do with getting rid of this config stuff as well, actually. Let's just do that. Because that's just not useful. Implement config.h, yeah. Copy HTML from the config. Yeah. Okay, so I think we've exercised everything to do with the config. Buffer. Yeah, so this is the new stuff here, isn't it? This is the new directory business. And then here we go, this is the setup buffers, right. Okay. Right. So we're inside our function here, yeah. So that's taking a pointer to the collision buffers. So we need to have claimed master includes menus, player, and script. And also, I think maybe we should do this like that. So we've actually got the memory. Memory arena undeclared. Ah, right, yeah. Yeah, because these guys want to actually claim from the memory arena, yeah. Template location. So, yeah, we don't have anything to do with the template in here. No, we don't. I guess technically this could actually return error values. Clean memory. Yeah. So that's down here where we're in the memory arena. I feel like I want to change memory arena to be slightly different. Right. And then a memory arena will just be maybe a buffer. Where's that taking me? Why is that taking me to there? sure. I mean, not everybody makes. Yeah, I mean, a few others. Yeah, I suppose like Twitch is kind of like it's a very game centric platform, isn't it? I think. Arena size megabytes. I got no idea. What's an arena? An arena is a buffer with a memory arena. Ah, I got no idea. Unless I sort of say, let's call that the buffer. That might be what would be sensible. Memory arena, clade memory. So that seems to have passed it. It knows it's an arena. So do I do it like this, maybe? Oh. Okay. Okay, so that's what I need to do. Cool. Memory arena, buffer location. And then again. Oops. Oh, sorry, no, this was the claim memory, isn't it? What is it saying? Okay. So here we've got the memory arena, so we're pulling from the memory arena. So once we pull from the memory arena, what is claim buffer taking again? It's taking a pointer to an arena. Passing argument 1 of one's going to call claim buffer from incompatible pointer type. Claim buffer. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to just go like this. No. Like it wouldn't be a pointer to a pointer, would it? I don't know why it would be that. No. Expected arena, but argument is of type buffer star star, is it? Is it? Oh, Jesus. Right. Yeah, because it's now an arena. That was a bit of a close shave. These guys still don't like it though. Argument is of type arena star star. Just expecting an arena star. But argument is of type arena star star. Welcome drive. How's it going, dude? I'm going to be typing a star star. Well, if I just don't do that, what is it? So it's now saying expected buffer star. But I'm going to type in a star. So something's awry here, isn't there? Passing argument 1 a free buffer from a crossword pointer type. What is claim buffer doing? Expected buffer star. Claim buffer from arena. Buffer ID size. Free buffer. Oh, right, this guy. Sorry. Right. So there we go. But still, I'm surprised that I'm surprised I'm not having to pass this by address. Definition of macro claim buffer. The expected buffer star star. I think yeah, I think part of the issue here is that we've got a couple of things in play. We've got like the we've got the macro, and then we've got the actual function. If claim buffer. What is it saying? Expected over all that. Do you have a demo? Well, of the program. I suppose I can just show you. Yeah, I can. Well, can I actually? Actually, it might be a bit tough actually to actually show you anything. Because it's all in a bit of a messy state at the moment. I mean, the end result stuff ends up looking like this sort of thing. I think I've got ones that. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same guy. It's unfortunate. It'd be nice if I could show you like a different stream. Yeah. Also, the style isn't actually it here. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate actually because I'm totally in the middle of nowhere here. Let's just get started for a moment. Yeah. Jesus. Can I look at this again. Oh, it's... I wouldn't have expected it to output that. Oh, I need to build it, don't I? Yeah, right. So, this. Let's open this. Build it. Invalid car. Oh god, it's that, right. Which one was it? Sure that I... Yeah, there we go. So if I just do... What is it? A copy, I believe. Oh no, I just completely messed up my password. There we go. So here's a different one that you can actually look at. And it's not 100% up to... Oh, missing the style, that's what it is. I just push the style as well. Yeah, there we go, that's the current style. So yeah, you can basically, it just basically, I'll show you what it's actually done. It's turned, which one was it, 18? It's turned this file into this page, basically. And if you want to, you can also kind of call it the template. Oops. So if I just do that, and then if I go to out, integrated. So has that done anything interesting at all? What is the template? Oh, the template is just this, is it? So let's just put a div in. Yo, Schmorcho. How's it going? There we go. So you can actually, you can integrate this player into this sort of a template as well. So that's basically the functionality that we've got going at the moment. But as you can see, it only works on one file at a time. So basically what I'm trying to do now is actually get it to work over like multiple files. So head is now there. Simplify insert category. What's that saying? Usage. Okay, so I think I want to do with master. Out on template.html. Ah, that's unfortunate. I suppose just undo. Yeah, this is the file. So I think I'm back to where I was in this situation. Yeah, I am. Yeah. So this is just the local thing. It's not. This isn't online. But this thing is. Yeah. Let me just figure out my status here. Head detached. Okay. Right. So what is it? Check out master? Check out. Please go before you switch branches. Okay, so let's just stash them. Okay. And now I just need to make sure that I just first change is reading it. Do you want to write to it? Yes, I do. Project update with audio master. Okay. Begin refactor. Okay, I think we're okay now. And I hope that was the demo that you were kind of hoping for. So yeah, and by the way, I'm actually going to have to go in like 10 minutes because I've got bread in the oven. Well, not in the oven, I've got bread kind of rising. So I will need to dash off. I might just dash off quickly and then come back to continue, because it will need to prove for like an hour. So I need to basically, what do I need to do? I need to shape it is what I need to do. Yeah, basically need to roll the stuff out and shape it. And then leave it for another hour to prove before actually baking it. You'll go as well, okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's quite possible that I'm going to end this stream in like a completely, like, not even building situation. Which I guess is kind of interesting. Just means that I need to kind of remember what we've actually done and kind of whereabouts in the process we actually are. So yeah, passing argument 1 of underscore claim buffer from incompatible pointer type. The address of memory arena. So this is our call here, right? This is what it's complaining about. In definition of macro claim buffer, this guy here is expected of an arena star, but organism type arena star. Oh, right. Arena star. Claim buffer, claim. Memory arena. So an expected arena star. Right, yeah, I understand that. But the argument it's receiving is an arena star. In definition of macro. ID size. buffer location. So these all seem to be okay. Well, hang on, if I were to just make this guy take that, what would happen? Yeah, memory is a point. Did you mean to use this? Well, I did mean to use that. And I did use it. Obviously. Yeah, basically I'm just messing up something definitely here. Oh, hold on a second. That may not appear in the macro parameter list. Okie dokie then. I mean, the thing is I can get past that error by just not passing by the address. But the thing is, if I don't pass it by address, I then can't do anything with it. If you know what I mean. So all I've tried to do is make claimed memory be a part of this struct, this new struct. So yeah, it was taking a buffer star memory arena. Oh, hold on a minute. That's interesting. Am I supposed to be doing it like this, I wonder? Yeah. That might have just been it, actually. So it's expected an arena star. Oh, it's stack arena star. Oh, it's this again, is it? Jesus. Hang on. If it's well thought. Oh, we're in the function here. Tell you what. Let's just see if I can actually, let's just get rid of all of this stuff. Output's just sitting there as well for some reason. Well, that's probably not like that. Well, not that either. Ah, yeah, it needs to be buffer size is megabytes. So let's go made it. Well, only just, dude. Because my alarm is going to go off in literally 47 seconds. 57 seconds? 47 seconds. Because I have bread in the oven. Not in the oven. I've got bread in a bowl. Dough in a bowl. There we go. Let's see how that comes across. bits there. Look at how laid back I am. Should be more upright and alert, shouldn't I? But yeah, that's the cue to go, unfortunately. Still totally in the middle of this stuff. Buffer location. I mean, we're kind of getting through some of these things here. Ah, here we go. Claimed memory. And now he's talking about this, is he? HML undeclared first using this function. Yeah, tell me about it, dude. So we managed to get through a few errors there. HML undeclared first using this function. Oh, right, yeah, it's where claim buffer is being called, isn't it? Ah, I see. So yeah, this is going to have to change, isn't it? I think. Because we may not necessarily have... which line was it on? 2899. So that's quite near here, isn't it? So yeah, it's this guy, isn't it? So it's this claim buffer call that's expanding to include that freeing of HML. Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm going to call it here, and then continue this probably tomorrow, actually, honestly. We'll see though. I mean, I need to do the bread. See, I'll do the bread. Maybe I'll come back in like half an hour, 20 minutes or so, or maybe I'll just be back tomorrow. But anyway, yes, we've done an hour and 21, so that's like a very short stream by my standards, and we haven't really achieved an awful lot other than like completely screwing up the whole code base. But we've made a start, and we will get there. So thank you very much, heroes and heroines, for watching and for being here and for being wherever you are, for being heroic and beautiful and awe-inspiring. And as Zilrica says, an hour or so a day keeps the programming in play. It does indeed, it does. So yeah, until next time, thank you very much and farewell for now.